So I keep getting a lot of questions of why my account's a director account and not a comedian account. It's mainly because I don't find myself funny. Like when I was little, I wanted to be a comedian, but then I grew up, found out I have no talent and I'm not funny. So I did what every untalented, unfunny person does. I became an actor. It's Monday, April 14th, 2008, and the first thing I want to talk about is Dr. Phil. And you're like, why are you talking about Dr. Phil? He's a useless bastard. True. But Dr. Phil has once again decided to put his hand in the cookie jar when he's not supposed to. If you remember Mercedes, part of the Vicious 8 that beat down Victoria Lindsay, she was bailed out. But guess who did it? Guess. Anything. Just guess. Anything. Barbra Streisand? No. Close guess. Dr. Phil. It's not necessarily Dr. Phil's fault because he is inept. We could admit that. Inept. But you imagine the people around him would go, hey, this might be a bad idea considering everyone's angry about the situation. So what happens when you put your hand in the cookie jar when you're not supposed to? Well, one, you turn into an uninteresting, bald, fat piece of shit like Dr. Phil. And two, you get slapped. And I don't mean that in the physical sense. I mean that in the sense that America was bitch-slapping the Vicious 8. What's awesome about bitch-slapping someone is you have a free hand. And that one's for Dr. Phil. I mean, come on! Common sense would show you that because the judge put a gag order on the Vicious 8, Mercedes can't even go on your show, which means, oh no, now you can't go, so Mercedes, you realize what you did was wrong, right? Oh yes, I realize what I did was wrong, now everything is better. Oh wait, it's not. So now that Dr. Phil and his producers have released someone that doesn't deserve to be free because they're greedy and stupid, they're trying to pass on the blame to a PA. The producers of the Dr. Phil show said it was because a PA overstepped his boundaries. Yeah, because a PA has access to thousands of dollars, decides to do things on whims. So here's how I think it's going to go down. The Dr. Phil show is going to fire the guy from their show that was filmed on camera saying Mercedes had exclusivity to the Dr. Phil show, mainly because they want to distance themselves from that because it ruins every lie they could concoct. Then the guy that was fired is going to go on another station, tell his side of the story, and everyone's gonna look like douchebags. Wash, rinse, repeat, welcome to America. I don't want to get started on Victoria Lindsay's dad, but he will not shut up about the internet, YouTube, MySpace, all these things causing violence, causing this terrible beating. No, the internet and MySpace, things like that don't cause violence. Okay, you can keep placing blame on things, but I'm gonna ask you a question, you self-righteous motherfuckers. What was Cain surfing on the internet when he said, hey, I'm gonna kill Abel? So your Monday question of the day is, what do you think of this Dr. Phil fiasco? And where do you think it's going? But that's really all that mattered to me this Monday, April 14th, 2008. My name's Philip DeFranco, and you've just been filled in.
Sexy Phil, he's not sexy. Sexy Phil, he's sexy.
Also, in addition to question of the day, if you want to ask me a question, leave a video response with a question, any question, and I'll try and get to it on Tuesday or Thursday, since those are not show days. Oh, and Danny?
You're an easy ass that can be replaced.
See how easy that was?